Yo guys, I needed to come here and talk about this shit, okay? Based on the title, Why Eren Is Right. Listen, I needed to come here and explain a few things because you guys keep getting pissed at me in the comments, triggered, calling me all sorts of names because I so happen to take the stance that Eren is right. So I was like, hey, let me get here and just explain to you where I'm coming from. Because you guys keep calling me Hitler and a fascist, and you guys are just insane, bro. Listen, first of all, when I debate you and state my opinions in the comments, reply to you, stop getting so easily triggered, okay? That's not what I aim for. What I aim for is different opinions and just debating, going back and forth. And if you can actually just change my mind, I'm an open book. If you can actually argumentatively change my mind, I'm gonna accept defeat, bro. I don't care, right? But you constantly keep getting triggered and cussing at me. Some of you, not all of you, right? So I can't, what? Why do you resort to such pettiness? But I mean, I do get it. I do enjoy pissing some of you off on purpose sometimes, so I apologize for that. But listen, let me just get here, on here and tell you what I mean by when I say Eren is right? So listen. Your guys' main point is, oh, he's killing so many innocent people and children and all that, and I agree with you. Genocide is nothing to joke about, and it's horrible, right? It's horrible when Marley and the world plan to do it. It's horrible when Eren is doing it. It's horrible. It's a horrible act. I'm not trying to justify that shit. Everybody knows it's horrible. Everybody's against that. What I'm saying is, objectively, when you gather and see everybody's point of view, Eren is objectively in the right. Why he's doing it? He's in the right. Let me explain again what I mean by that. If I am a person living in that anime world of Attack on Titan, and I'm a part of Marley or any other country of the world that Eren is currently shitting on, right? Of course I would be like, yo, this guy's a monster, right? I wouldn't be on his side because, first of all, I wouldn't have all the information. I wouldn't understand why he's doing it, because everybody, they're breeding hate. I would hate him too. I'm only human, right? And secondly, even if I was, thoroughly vetted and I knew all the information, and even if I understood him, I would still hate him because I don't want to die, bro. I'm human. I don't want to die, of course. So I agree with you. Everybody's like, oh, you're only looking at it from Eren's point of view. Look at it from their point of view. And I am. But Eren is still right. That's my point. What I mean by that is, Eren is a child who was born on this planet, right? Their planet. And, he was innocent. He was an innocent child. He hated nobody. He had no quarrels with anybody. He didn't know nothing, right? He was just living in a world, dreaming of what's outside those walls, and that's it. So a pure, innocent child. Then Marley set those titans on him and his world completely changed, right? And for 3-4 seasons, they just battled to survive and right? Stop the titans. Then my man, from the very beginning, he swore to defeat it, kill all the titans. Then he found out that the titans aren't the problem, the humans are. Then, since he vowed to kill the titans and the humans are titans and they're setting right, he's now doing what he promised to do, kill all the humans because they're the problem. I'm kidding, but listen, Eren was an innocent child, and yeah, I know you guys, we watched the whole show, and first let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of you guys go back to, oh my god, Eldia started all this 2,000 years ago, they dominated the earth, they killed so many people, they did this and that, and that's where this whole started. Sure. But you know what they say, the sins of the father. You can't, punish Eldians of today who are completely innocent for something that happened 2,000 years ago. And need I remind you, those Eldians back then, as horrible as they were, they stopped, okay? They said enough, we're not gonna kill all of you, we're not gonna subjugate all of you, we're gonna go back in between our walls, I'm gonna erase everybody's memories, and we're just gonna keep the peace. You keep the peace, we'll keep the peace, and I'm gonna keep this rumbling power away from you all. Deal? Deal. They left them alone, they stopped, they put a dot on it, right? The hatred was stopped. They were like, we do have the power to smush you, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go on our little island, and that's gonna be that. But I understand for a few years like the world didn't want to just like, oh, you killed all of us and now we're supposed to forgive. Sure, but why would you go attack a stronger enemy? And they kept doing that and kept doing that and kept doing that, and we came to this generation and it had nothing to do with anything, but they breeded hate and they just kept attacking this completely innocent generation. They didn't even have memories, right? And they even taught children to hate as well, which is kind of messed up. We saw Gabby, we saw a lot of examples of that. Even those innocent people you keep bringing, they hate, they see us as devils. Us, because I'm talking from Eren's point of view, right, as devils. But I do get the gist of it. Like, you guys are mad at me because I say Eren is in the right, he's killing innocent people. People can change. Just because they were brainwashed to hate the demons doesn't mean, or the devils, doesn't mean that they can change, yada yada yada. I agree. But here's my point. Objectively speaking, Eren is in the right. If he was pushed to it, and he was completely innocent before that, he had nothing to do with what happened 2,000 years ago. He was pushed to this point where he had no choice. His only choice is kill or be killed, right? So my man's like, who are you to tell me that my life isn't worth living? I have the power now, I'm gonna slaughter all of you. And I'm not justifying that. Like, that's horrible that he's like doing what they wanted to do to him. It's still horrible, because it's still genocide. But I'm just saying, objectively speaking, he's in the right. Because any one of us would do the same thing if they had the power, if they were in that, like, if the whole world was coming after you, and the whole world is telling you, oh, you lay down and die, and you actually had the power to smack every single one of those people, you wouldn't do it? You would let them kill everybody you ever loved and shut the hell up. No, you wouldn't. Like, you're being biased at that point. You're on your high horse thinking, oh, I would do better. No, you wouldn't. You think in Nazi Germany there weren't good people? Bruh, they were good people. They just didn't do the right thing because they valued their lives more than, right, the people who were actually victims. So, that being said, objectively speaking, Eren is in the right. Now, I know a lot of you guys like, oh, he had many options. No, he didn't. Eren is gonna die in 1 year. He has the power now. If he makes a deal with Marley, who did prove to be unreliable, right? If he makes a deal and they like, okay, we're gonna honor that deal, he's gonna die in a year. What do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna evaporate every single last Eldian out there. Why? Because it's human nature. They fear the power. They fear the Titan power, right? And that's one of the reasons why I keep saying don't compare that like Attack on Titan show to the real world, because like no human has Titan powers. I understand the fear because bruh, those like they're not human. They're like monsters. But in their world, they're just a race, right? It's the equivalent of somebody hating a Hispanic people here, right? So Marley and the world are like literally trying to wipe Eldians off the face of the planet, genocide them because of their race. Eren is pushing back because of survival. It's not the same thing. He's doing the same thing, genocide. It's like, I'm not justifying it. It's messed up. They're all fucked up, okay? We can agree on that. I'm just saying objectively, Eren is in the right. Because who the hell, right? Like, you can't objectively tell me he's not in the right in this whole situation. He was innocent, had nothing to do with anything that happened in the past. They're trying to slaughter him and everybody he ever knew. And he has the audacity to push back and do what they are doing, like they try to do to him and his race, but not because of race. He's not killing them because of race, like they did to them. No, he's killing them because he wants to survive. At the very end, let's be honest, like this ain't gonna end well. My man Eren, also there's another like component here. He's bound by his future, so he can see the future. So he knows he's gonna do this regardless. He can change the future. So my man's gonna kill everybody because he saw himself do it in the future. So, right? And the very fact that he lets Armin and the others like try and stop him proves that he doesn't agree with this. He doesn't want this. He's going against his better judgment. He knows he's a monster. He became a monster. He's a hypocrite. He understands all that. He cries while stomping on children, but we can all agree that he's a monster doing monstrous things. I'm just saying, objectively speaking, Eren is in the right, bro. And I would argue 98% of you would do the same thing if you were in that same circumstance with that power. What, you would just lay down and die for the betterment of mankind? Hell no! You would freaking drop a nuke on everybody. And that's a fact. You can now say, no, I would be like Mikasa and the others, and I would choose to die peacefully for the sake of others. Really? Would you? Also, I'm not saying Eren isn't filled with hatred. The world broke him. That's not the issue here. The issue here is Eren right? And he is. He deserves to make this decision the most out of everybody in the world, because there was a fact stated in the show that you guys keep saying he should have just destroyed Marley. No, because the rest of the world hated Eldians even more than Marley. Marley actually understood Eldians the most and wanted their deaths the least. So the rest of the world was a bigger problem than Marley, bro. He needs to kill everybody. Now, of course, you guys keep saying like, oh, there are a lot of innocent people. If you were one of those innocent people, you would think differently. Yeah, like I said, I'm just being objective here. If I was one of those innocent people, I would not want to die. Right? Just like if I was Eren, I would not want to die. But objectively speaking, when you see the whole freaking scenario, situation, everything that happened, right? Eren is objectively in the right here, even though he's doing horrendous things, right? So I'm actually very curious to see how this ends. I'm not even gonna lie. At some point in Attack on Titan, I was like, like this is BS, they're doing too much. But now I'm actually invested again, and I really am. I want to see whether they're gonna stop him or not, because it would be a very interesting end if the main protagonist in the end killed everybody. Bro, how do you deal with that? That would be insane, because nobody, like, I haven't watched the show so far that didn't have a happy ending, right? Some sort of happy ending. This would be like just slaughtering everybody. That would be, yo, right? And it's human nature, I'm sure, like, in the end, like, even if he did manage to do it, like, Eldians would fight, like, Mikasa and the traitors, right? They would cause a riot or something from within, and in the end, the fair thing to do, if you're gonna kill the rest of the world, kill Eldians, nuke them all, bro, nuke them all. I would not have a problem with any of that, right? But if they actually manage to stop him, I don't know, bro, that will be the end of Eldian race. I mean, I guess you can argue the world, like, because of the rumbling, like, they, you know, learned, changed their minds, they're not gonna go after Eldia, but let's be honest, it's human nature. They're always gonna fear the Titan powers. They're always gonna be on the side of caution. So if they have the opportunity to wipe out Eldians, they're probably gonna do it. Maybe not right away, but in a few years when things settle, if they stop Eren. But I would actually love for Eren to like just nuke everybody. Not the, like, even Eldians, like, just nuke everybody, nuke the show, bro. At least give us a different ending than other shows. But yeah, I said this like in my reactions in the previous season. They've all just lost their damn minds. I'm not for anybody. I'm not for Eren. I'm for Eren because I just want to see the chaos, right? But morally speaking, I'm not for anybody. They're all like, they all want to genocide each other. Like, they're all insane. Like, you know, but like when you look at all the details, who went through most and who, Eren is in the right here. That's my point. Like, you guys keep bringing Hitler, bro. In this situation, the world is Hitler. Eren is, if Jews had any power back in the day, you think they wouldn't nuke Germany, bro? Like, right? So you keep saying Eren is Hitler. No, it's the other way around. Eren is just giving them the taste of their own medicine. And I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. I'm just saying he's in the right. Like, morally, like, even though he's doing immoral things, like, just wrap your brain around that. Like, when you objectively see each side, everything that happened to everybody, Eren making the decision to fight back is understandable. It's like, I would sum it up like this. Eren is the definition of fuck around and find out. They fucked around, now they're finding out. That being said, I'm sure a lot of you are still gonna find faults in this explanation. You're gonna attack me in the comments. Feel free to do so. I just want to say I'm not justifying anybody's actions. Like, they're all horrible at this point. But the important distinction here is that Marley and the world went after Eldians because of their race and because of hatred and because of fear. Eren is going after them more so because of their actions, what they did before and what, like, they drove him to this, and less because of anger and resentment. Sure, there's that too, and he's aware of it. He's not being a hypocrite. He's admitting it out loud. He's still doing it. And of course, there's that whole thing about him being restricted by the future. He can't go against it. So it's pretty much doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. My man's in an impossible situation. And also, please miss me with those arguments. It's better to kill the small group of people so the bigger, larger population could live. If you are able to genocide a group of people strictly because of fear and race, you don't deserve to live. My point of view. Yeah, you might disagree, but hey, like, you can't argue genocide for one side and then abolish the other side, right? That can't be your argument, because that's like what you talked about, right? Oh, and Zeke's plan, that sucks ass. That's literally genocide, only a prolonged version, and in my opinion, a more torturous version, because you, like, your whole race and your people are dying out of old age, and you can't reproduce, you can't have offspring, you're just old and dying. Like, sure, you can like die peacefully, but it's horrible. Like, I would argue it's better to end it quickly than just prolong it and torture it. But come on, man. Come on, guys. People saying Zeke's plan was great. Shut the hell up. Shut the hell. It wasn't great. It was another form of genocide. So, that being said, I think I explained my point. Eren was objectively in the right by defending himself, not by killing the whole world. That's just damn. Damn, the author of this show is definitely wilding. But yeah, bro, like, Eren is, he's a victim of circumstance, he's the victim of life, so is LD, and I do understand human nature, bro. I would fear the Titans too if I was in that world, and you can't really just let that monstrous power be, right? Because hey, in 10 generations, some guy might be born with that power and decide to nuke everything, just like, right? Horrible people on this planet did horrible things in the past and will probably do in the future. But you can't really kill off people. Hey, let's kill this group because one day some bad apple might do something, right? I don't know. I feel like just like in the old days, 2,000 years ago, the Eldian king stopped the rumbling and everything, and he was like, okay, we're gonna go back here and we're gonna peace. Just like they stopped at some point, Marley and the world should have stopped, considering that we didn't attack them for a long time, right? We didn't even have memories of it. They should have stopped, man. And if they stopped, they would have let their technology progress to a point where they could have defeated the Titans for the future events if somebody one day decided. But we wouldn't even get our memories back if they didn't keep attacking and sending Titans to us. So they dug their own graves at that point. But yeah, that was my whole point, bro. I'm not justifying killing people or anything. That's just horrible. Both sides are wrong. Both sides are horrible. But it's an impossible situation in which, I'm sorry, Eren has the full right to defend himself, and yeah, his actions are messed up, and if I was like one of those innocent people that he's killing, I would be probably like, yo, this guy's a monster. But at the same time, I can't say that I wouldn't do what Eren is doing for the sake of my people if I was pushed to that, right, from the whole world. You can't recreate these circumstances in the real world. You just can't. Like, it's not, you can't compare it, because the whole world is literally trying to nuke one race of people. Like, yo, like, and nobody's helping. Like, no other country is helping. Like, we haven't had, like, not even a similar event in history, because at any event, a few countries were helping and were victorious, right? Like, half of the world was in war to stop and prevent certain things. Here, everybody's against them, and everybody's telling them, lay down and die. Eren just decided to say, fuck all of you. Fuck around and find out.
Oh, and I remembered a few other good comments that I received. Like, somebody suggested that Marley and the world should have kind of bargained for the land, right? Because they wanted the natural resources Paradise had, right? So maybe they could have made an even exchange, right? Buy out the rights to get some of that land and right? But at this point, it wouldn't be in good faith, right? In good faith would be when Eldia didn't really have the knowledge of anything and they reached out and made some sort of deal. But no, now that they're pushed to the brink of extinction, they want to make a deal. It's not in good faith. Like, Eren cannot stop the rumbling because he's gonna die in 1 year, man. And this is his one and only shot to make sure that his race doesn't die out as soon as he dies. Because it takes years for a new person to inherit the founding and to get all these powers and all these conditions in order to combat the whole world. So my man, considering that they dealt with Marley and the world in bad faith for such a long time, Eren cannot take that risk, and Eren cannot just like, okay, I believe your word, and I'm gonna die in a year, and I'm gonna let my whole race what? Come on, he can't risk it. So my man's not taking any chances. That's why he's resorted to this. No, he did not really have any other choice, because any other choice would imply Eren believing them, their word, and their actions proved otherwise time and time again. So it's a tough choice. Doomed if you do, doomed if you don't. It's messed up, but it's a fact. Also, there's an argument to be had that humans are prone to infighting, so we're doomed to fight either way. And I think a lot of you side with the world and Marley because you see Titans as monsters. Like, let's be honest, this is anime, they're not human. They can like become gigantic monsters. So innately you're like, oh no, I'm gonna side with the humans. But in this world, they are humans. They're just a race of humans. So you're being racists. Regardless, bro, like, it's anime, we're just having fun. And no, I listen, it's hard debating in the comments because I know sometimes I might, you know, I might give you a feeling like, oh, I'm attacking you. I'm not, I'm just, every time I'm just chatting with you guys, like we're exchanging thoughts and all that. I don't have malicious intent, bro. Sometimes I joke, sometimes, but it comes off as rude sometimes. I catch myself like, yo, damn, that sounds rough, right? And of course you reply with, fuck you, you're this and that, you get triggered, but that's not what I meant. And I'm like, oh, god damn, now I need to backpedal, and I'm like backpedaling, so I'm like, yo, what if I piss him off even more? And the whole thing escalates, right? I don't want that. So no, when we talk in the comments, you cannot see my face, you cannot see my expressions, you cannot see, right? I never come at you with malicious intent. We're just bickering, like we have a difference of opinion. But we can settle it like people, right? No need to cuss. Well, even if you cuss at me, I don't really take it too hard, but, you know, try not to, because then I take it like, oh, this guy's triggered, and I'm like, maybe I'm gonna match that energy and you're gonna feel even more triggered, right? So just know, anytime we talk, even if you think that I'm a monster because I say Eren is in the right, I hope this video clarified, by the way, that I'm like, any side, like all this killing is just horrendous. Like, I don't condone any of it. I'm not trying to justify any of it. I'm just saying, objectively, seeing all points of view, Eren is in the right. My man pushing back because, yo, fuck all y'all. You're not gonna lay down and die. He's gonna put up a fight, which any of us would probably do if we had a chance against the whole world, right? One man against the world. Ain't that a movie? But that being said, yeah, just keep in mind when we talk in the comments, I'm just like, and if you're not sure, just ask me, yo, are you being serious right now? I'm gonna answer, nah, bro. It's all love, right? So don't think I'm coming for you. I guess new people come every day and they're not gonna know this, and I guess it's inevitable, right? It's in the comments. You can't see my expression, so I'm not, this is a moot point. But regardless, yeah, that's what I wanted to say in this video. That being said, Flock's a legend, Eren's a legend. Yo, you're gonna kill me in the comments. But yeah, I just love Flock's character, bro. My man's insane. He's an extremist to a T, bro. My man just, he's an extremist. But bro, my man went through hell and back, and he stood by his country and his freaking race and his people till the bitter end. He died. Hey, I have to respect it. Even though he was an extremist killing his people, whoever had a difference of opinion, that was kind of messed up. But hey, I would, like, Mikasa army, what they're doing, just, they're pretty much forcing their whole race to just lay down and die. That's what they're saying. Yeah, right? At that point, they should have just accepted Zeke's plan at that point, right? But no, Eren's fighting for their survival. Even if it is against the whole world, even some of his people, like Arm and Mikasa. So damn. And if they do end up stopping him in the end, Mikasa ended, it's because Eren wanted it to, because he's allowing them to move freely. So keep that in mind when you call Eren a monster, because he knows this is messed up. Like we all know. That's not the issue. The issue is they drove Eren to this. So objectively, he is in the right. And no, he did not have any other choice. It didn't imply him completely trusting the whole world that hated them for like generations. Let's get real here. Everybody's telling them, lay down and die. Eren just decided to say, fuck all of you. Fuck around and find out.